Hi, today I'm going to show you the consolidator side of SmartAgent, the web-based portal from CEE Travel Systems. What you see right now is the login page. Everything runs in the browser, which means you can work from your laptop, your tablet, or even your mobile phone. This video covers the settings you control as a consolidator. The booking and ticketing workflow your sub-agents use is covered in a separate video. SmartAgent works on a wallet system, which means that if a sub-agent wallet does not have enough money in it, that sub-agent will not be able to issue any ticket. The boxes that you can see here are actually the wallets that will be managed by the consolidator. So currently you see different boxes, which means that these are the sub-agents that I currently provided access to SmartAgent. First example you have here is sub-agent A. You can see that there is an infinite icon, which means that the credit line for this sub-agent is unlimited. But looking at the other sub-agents here in this example, it comes with a limit. So looking at this one, this sub-agent B has $821,000 US dollar credit line to be used in SmartAgent. Just like any other consolidator portal, the SmartAgent records everything. So all of the transactions made by the sub-agent will be included in the consolidator account. Anything yellow that we see here means a reduction. Any green that you see here means it is a top-up. If you do have a mid or back office system, what SmartAgent does is that it already generates the necessary MIR files every time a ticketing operation is completed within SmartAgent. Also, the same report can be downloaded into an Excel file, and you can use it wherever and however you want to use it. Updating of a sub-agent's wallet transaction is very easy. I can simply put 25,000 USD for this particular sub-agent, and in real time, the user will be able to see the updated balance right away. After the wallet system, I want to show you the service fees. This is going to be the consolidator's ticketing fee. SmartAgent has a lot of criteria that you can use when setting up service fee. You can actually do it for international segments only. You can also do it for domestic, meaning it's Philippines to Philippines, Malaysia to Malaysia. There are also consolidators who actually set up service fees per airline. Lastly, for the service fees, you're actually allowed to set up a service fee per sub-agent. From the name itself, we also have what we call the hidden service fee. So this allows you to input or charge a service fee to your sub-agents without them seeing the actual fee. What happens here is that the hidden service fee is added onto the base fare, which means that the sub-agent that you wish to charge a hidden service fee should not have access to SmartPoint or the terminal. Since SmartAgent has its own robotic ticketing functionality, it is required that you set up the airline commission table. This is not connected into any other travel port solutions. That is why it is very important that you set up each commission rule one by one within SmartAgent. If you do not set up anything, what SmartAgent does is that it pulls the default commission from travel port, which could be higher or lower than your actual airline commission. We also have an option for ticketing. This means that if you do not wish for certain airlines to be ticketed within SmartAgent, we can also have that restricted or forbidden by using the ticketing rules. The sub-agents menu allows you to actually create the sub-agents accounts real time. This means that once you have supplied the necessary information for creating a sub-agent account, they should be able to receive their login and set up their own password. But please do not worry, because they will not be able to issue any tickets since the default amount in the wallet is 0. Creating a sub-agent account is very easy. You just have to provide us the email. The name of the sub-agent, this could be the consultant name or the travel agency itself, and the phone number. The email copies that you see here will be copied on all types of email notifications, just like upon creation of a booking, cancellation of a booking, and even during ticketing voiding or refund. In the B2B flight tickets section, this is where you are going to add the booking PCC to be used by that particular sub-agent. If it is your first time setting up a sub-agent, you can simply type in the sub-agent PCC to be used. If it is not yet connected to CEE Service Bureau PCCs, it will let. But if you are able to add this already in the AAT table of the PCC, then it means that you can already add that PCC into the account. There are also two types of settings per PCC. Any booking in this PCC means that all bookings can be viewed by the sub-agent. So as in SmartAgent booking, PCC can be shared by all of your sub-agents. But if in cases where the sub-agent prefers to have its own PCC, that's totally fine. But for easier management on the consolidator side, please do not worry, because even if sub-agents are sharing PCCs, they will not be able to share or view any bookings for as long as these settings are properly updated. Our suggestion is that if you, as a consolidator, would like to see all bookings created by your sub-agent using SmartAgent, then I would suggest this setting to be selected any booking in this PCC. But in cases where the sub-agent just needs to view his or her own bookings, I would suggest that you use only user online bookings according to visibility restrictions. When it comes to setting up a sub-agent, it is very important that you have to set up their ticketing rights. The agent settings that you can see here will be focusing on that. Airline commission block visibility. Do you wish to see or to show your airline commission to your sub-agents? Majority of the consolidators doesn't prefer for them to show or share their airline commission to their sub-agents. If that is your preference, then you have to choose Hide Always. But in cases where you wish to share the commission to your sub-agents in a form of a rebate, you can select Disable field. This means that the sub-agent will be able to see the actual commission percentage but will not be able to edit anything. EMD commission, that majority of the EMDs are on 0% commission, so it's actually okay to skip this one. PNR forms of payment, this is the actual form of payment used for that PNR. This is what you have in the TMU line. This has nothing to do with the e-wallet of SmartAgent. In most cases, as cash is the preferred form of payment of the airlines, there are cases where Singapore Airlines, for example, requires InviaGT in some markets, so you have to enable invoice in this case. Credit card, yes, we know that some of the carriers allow payments using credit card. So if you are willing to open that to your sub-agents, that's totally fine. Here are the ticketing operations that you need to set up. Are you going to allow void? This is really voiding the ticket within the voiding time limit. If you are worried, actually, if we are still allowing sub-agents to void a ticket outside of the voiding period, definitely no, they will be seeing an error message to say that they are no longer allowed to void that ticket. Hence, a refund should be processed. Few years back, IATA released a memorandum of agreement, wherein it requires a threshold already. When it comes to void transactions, we have made sure to align into that new policy of IATA. That's why we have this setting called Restrict Count of Void Operations per period. You can allow X number of voiding per BSPV per month per year. It's totally up to you. So once they have reached their limit, they will not be able to void anymore. Allow creating bookings with low balance. This means that they are able to hold seats already. I strongly suggest that this will be set to yes, because sub-agents can process a deposit to you, later on allow new fare quotation. I would also suggest that this is set to yes, because as you all know, filed fares expire at the strike of midnight. And if there are any urgent ticketing that they need to do wherein they have enough balance, they don't have to call you for assistance to provide them with a new fare. This allows them to cancel an existing expired file fare and then file a guaranteed fare. Allow ticketing. This is the automated ticketing in SmartAgent. Exchange or issue. Once you also have the fund here, you can opt to turn this on for your sub-agents. We just want to remind you that the sub-agents must still be knowledgeable in how to read the penalties. This is also not a DM guaranteed, hence we are just simplifying the refund mask and the exchange mask compared to what SmartPoint has. Allow issue of EMD. This means, are you allowing them to issue or purchase ancillaries within SmartAgent? Aside from the main menus that you see on top of your screen, there are also other settings that are available. SmartAgent now has low-cost carrier content sourced out of Travel Fusion, and we also have the NDC content from Travelport already. So in this case, only NDC and LCC bookings are viewable at the consolidator level. Any regular or EDIFACI PNRs should again be viewed using a sub-agent account. That covers the consolidator side of SmartAgent, the wallets, the service fees, the commission tables, and the ticketing rights you grant to each sub-agent. To see what your sub-agents work with on their own screen, from the search through to the issued ticket, please watch our separate video for sub-agents.